just the team outscored the Aces 50-34 at the halftime. This was some of the things that turned the game in the second half.
Defense and rebounding. In the first half, they were kind of getting whatever they wanted on the offensive end, and that makes it hard on our offense. So I think in the second half, we just did a better job of taking away where they wanted to get to.
Yeah. Jess, in pregame, Becky Hammond compared you to Draymond Green. So I was just curious if you've ever made that comparison yourself or seen some similarities between your game and his.
No, I mean, I think he's a player that's a champion many times for a reason. And he's willing to do whatever the team needs to win. So in comparisons to that aspect of his game, yes. I think other aspects, maybe I can score a little better than him. But I like you, Draymond.
Paige, in that stretch in the fourth quarter where you guys got the lead, were adding to the league, it felt like the crowd was getting more and more into it with each basket. Have you felt in a moment like that in this place, like in your career so far? And what did that stretch feel like as you guys are just getting, it felt like whatever basket you wanted?
Yeah, I mean, I can't really remember a time where it's gotten that loud and that electric. It felt like, I mean, I could actually hear them in a game. Usually, like in basketball, like you're tuned out to that. You're super locked in, so you can't even hear it. But to feel that momentum and to feel the crowd behind us like that, it gave us a lot of energy and it gave us a boost. And I know it was tough. It's definitely tough for opponents when the arena is cheering for you that loud. But it felt really good to just feed off of that energy and get stops and scores.
And then when you were just like the way that you guys just could make shot after shot, like what did that feel like? I guess that offensive play you were able to establish in that stretch.
Good. I feel like we really moved the ball. We got on transition, got a lot of buckets that way, and we wanted to use our endurance and how well of shape we think that we're in to push through the fourth quarter. And when you have like playmakers like this on the floor sitting next to me and scorers and people that can Jess can bring the ball up, alleviate some pressure, and just make plays. And then AZ made plays. Everybody came in and contributed to this win. So it was really good to just play off of each other and feed off each other like that.
Go to Dorothy and then Mike.
Jessica, at what point did you realize it was going to be a historic night for you? How were you feeling on the court? When did you feel it coming? And how do you feel about making that history tonight?
You know, I didn't feel it. If you knew how I felt in warm-ups, this is a shock. So, no. I mean, I think in the second half, I felt that we, were picking up the momentum and, yeah, I didn't feel it.
How do you feel about making that history, though? Like, what are you thinking? 22?
I'm thinking that we won. For me, these things don't really matter so much. I came here to, help this organization win and, kind of take that next step. So I'm just proud of this team for, being able to come back and beat a team like Las Vegas tonight.
Michael.
Azzi, what did it feel like you could see the smile on your face when your name was being called pregame? What was that moment like to run out on the court for the first time as a starter? And did they make you dance there at the tail end? Did they make you get in the middle of the circle and dance?
They did make me do that. But obviously it's amazing. Anytime I can step on the floor with this group, it's an honor. I don't take it lightly. So again, to be on the floor, whether it's coming off the bench, starting, super grateful.
You guys held Chelsea Gray and Jackie Young to 9 of 30 shooting overall. Talk about how you guys were able to frustrate them so much and make it really difficult for them on the offensive end.
Is that fun?
All three.
Well, first of all, those are elite scorers. And sometimes in this league, it's a make or miss. So they hit really tough shots. We just try to do our best to make them as tough as possible. They use screens really well. They get you on your back, and they play to that advantage. And our bigs did a great job. We adjusted in the second half of being more up to touch and being more up in the ball screens. And especially with Kay, she just is so long that she can guard two at times. So to play between whoever's in the ball screen, whether it be Jackie or Chelsea, and probably Asia setting it, that's huge. And to have people like that anchor our defense, and we just try to fight through the screens and fight all night long to make things tough for them. But those two are two of the best in the league. And so on any given night, they could have got hot.
Go Melissa, then Rashad.
Jessica, obviously 22 and 20 alone would be a great game, but add in the 10 assists and it makes it something really special. It seems like you had a lot of success with that backdoor cut. What were you reading that the defense was doing that enabled you to hit that time after time?
Yeah. I mean, when you have great scorers and great shooters, you kind of have to pick what you're going to give away as a defense. So, obviously they didn't want them to be able to come off and shoot. And, Paige was doing a great job of just reading that and getting the backdoor cut. And then when you have AZ or Enrique coming off that pin, it puts the defense in a really difficult situation.
This is for Azzi, 24 in Brooklyn, 22 tonight. Of course, the game is slowed down for you, but what are some other things that you've been able to feel better about on the court?
I think just feeling more comfortable each game, being aggressive, first of all, not hesitating when I'm open, when Jess and Kay and them set me great screens, not hesitating to use them. But I think just reading what the game's giving me, not ever trying to force to score, but just be aggressive.
Mike and then Jess.
For all three of you, the win in New York, now this win tonight against a team that's the defending champions, it would be real easy for you to have a huge swell of confidence off of the last couple of games. Where are you right now from a confidence perspective, and what? And we're not even a quarter way through the season, so I don't want to get too far down the path of like making a statement or anything along those lines. But do you feel like you've at least made it known that hey, this is a different team in 2026?
Obviously confidence is huge in this league, but also is staying humble, and knowing that not one win is our win today isn't going to carry us to win on Monday. Like, we have to bring it every single day of practice, every single day of recovery, every single day in the weight room, and every single game that we step out on the floor. There is a standard that we want to uphold, and there's an identity on both sides of the floor that we want to continue to keep building. But I think we're so focused on who we are today, who we're going to be tomorrow, who we're going to be the next day, that we're just staying present and knowing that game eight of a long season isn't going to get us to the playoffs, but we want to continue to build from game to game, continue to get better, continue to stay humble and hungry.
This is a question for anyone. Y'all have a new coach, new roster this year. People were arriving to camp late. What do you feel like has just helped this team click so early on in the season?
Yes. Yeah, I think we have good people in the locker room. I think when you have a group of good people, it's easy to connect off the court, and then that kind of carries on the court as well. So I think they just did a great job of, we have a very good young core, and they brought in some older vets that can really, lead us every day. Like AC today was huge. She's a plus 11 in 18 minutes, but it's her insight that she's able to share every day. It helps us build as a team. And so I think, just having great people can lead to a lot on the court.
Paige, just yesterday you referred to guarding the paint as the team's kryptonite. What have y'all been focusing on over the last couple of days, especially from a mental standpoint, to keep that from spoiling the night for you?
Just being connected, and less worried about our man and less worried about what our player is going to do, but guarding the ball. Tonight is huge. Going against Asia, and guards that can get into the paint at will, to shrink the floor, to build a wall, to be in gaps, to try to make everything tough and take tough twos, mid-range twos, some contested threes, and just contesting the paint. So for us to be more connected, us staying disciplined in what we want our defensive identity to be, and that's to protect the paint better. I think that's what our emphasis is from game to game. Two more.
You all do play a very guard-heavy scheme. What is that like for you, Jessica, too? How are you staying ready for big nights like this when you all rely so heavily on the 1 and 2 and 3?
I think, the league in general is a guard-heavy league. So, just playing, in so many different systems throughout my career, kind of has allowed me to adapt really quick. And also, the advantage of having great guards is it alleviates pressure for the bigs. So, if you set a great screen, they have to pick between the two of you. So, yeah.
Dorothy.
Paige, you threw an insane pass to Jessica, like from all the way across the court. Do you remember when you did? It flew all the way.
Yeah, I remember the first one too. That went straight to Chelsea.
That was the right idea.
That was insane. Talk about just that court vision you had, and then she made the layup. So
yeah, I owe Jess a few after tonight. I smoked some layups. She probably could have had 15 assists. So I was just trying to. And then the first half, the ball completely got away from me, and she was running the floor great. So to be able to reward that, just her hard work and the way she rebounds and the way. It's hard for us as guards to get rebounds because she steals them all. So we're in the paint battling. She comes out of nowhere and grabs them all. So for us to reward her and all her hard work, the way she rim runs, the way she screens for us, just trying to reward that. She does so much for this team. So to be able to get her an easy one when she runs the floor like that, it's rewarding.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
You handled the dance well, by the way.